Hey guys, it's Katie with JLT, and today we're going to install our cold air intake on this 2019 Challenger Hellcat. And we're also going to be doing the install on this 2020 Charger just to show you the differences between the Charger and the Challenger, along with the older style enclosed intake kit and the newer style open air intake kit. We're going to start by removing this screw, disconnecting the IAT sensor harness, and loosening this hose clamp. So in order to remove this hose, you're just going to carefully cut along the base. Just careful not to ruin the barbs. So we like to remove these two screws securing the coolant tank to the vehicle. That way you can just move it out of the way and it'll give you more room to install ours. If you have the enclosed kit, you're going to want to remove these screws so you can take off the top cover. Once you have the top of the airbox off, you can remove the stock filter, and then you'll squeeze these tabs to disengage the front scoop from the airbox. So now we're going to prep the JLT intake box to install it into the vehicle. We do offer both the cotton cleanable and the dry extendable filter. For the purpose of this install, we're going to use the cotton cleanable. So now you're going to install the edge trim on both sides of the airbox, and we made these little cuts to install on the corners. Install the mounting prong on the bottom of the airbox. You're going to install this 90-degree fitting and this grommet onto the JLT intake tube. And the easiest way to install the fitting is to just twist it. So now you're going to install the IAT sensor grommet and the IAT sensor that you removed from the stock intake. You want to make sure that that tab is lined up. And then the IAT sensor, you'll want it to go over the ramp and sit flush. So if you have a Charger, you're going to install this seal into the airbox, and you'll want to line this arrow up with this little notch. And then you'll install the clamp and then the tube as well. There is another arrow for you to line up. So if you have a Charger, you're just going to install the airbox in the vehicle like this. You will have this seal, but you're going to install that after it's already installed in the vehicle. To make it easier to line up the scoop, we're just going to take out this trim piece. So now we're going to install the airbox into the vehicle. So I'm going to hold the coolant tank out of the way a little bit to help me guide the opening into the scoop that's in the headlight area. So once you have the airbox fully seated, And the scoop is through the opening of the air box. So you're going to take your seal, put it around, and then just snap it into place. So now we can install the air filter. It is easier if you lift this up before installing. And then you can work your way around the filter flange all the way around just to make sure that it's snapped in. So now you're loosely going to install one hose clamp onto the coupler and then on the intake tube. You will have another one, but you're not going to install it until it's in the vehicle. So the easiest way to install the intake tube into the vehicle is you put the filter clamp on the intake tube first, orient it this way so you can't see the worm drive, and then you'll want to push the coupler on the tube as far as you can while holding the bottom lip. And you'll install into the filter and onto the throttle body at the same time. So once you have the tube fully in the filter and on the throttle body, you can just reach down here to make sure that it is seated properly. And then you can tighten down this hose clamp. We'll tighten this hose clamp and install this one as well. So now we're going to tighten down this hose clamp and reinstall the screw that we removed earlier. Reconnect the IAT sensor. So you'll want to make sure that the scoop is lined up correctly, and if it is, then you can go ahead and make sure that the hose clamp is fully tightened. After you've made sure that the scoop is lined up correctly, just reinstall the trim piece. So you can install these hose clamps onto the hose and then reinstall it onto the new intake. So after you've made sure that these two hose clamps are tightened down, then you are done. That is the end of the install, but if you have any questions or you just want to know more, you can always check it out on our website or give us a call, and I'll see you next time.